Hi, we're the Thera Sisters.
Two sisters, therapists, and your new favorite podcast hosts. We're here to make therapy fun, comfy, and stigma-free.
We chat with fellow healers and guests about their own healing journeys, how they help their clients heal, and how they see healing in a whole new light.
How do you heal? Do you even know? Tune in and you might just find your perfect healing fit.
Don't forget to subscribe and share with a friend who could use healing vibes. Giggles, glimmers, and a whole lot of heart. Healing together, one laugh at a time.
Hello. We are the Thera Sisters.
Yeah, Mackenzie.
And
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We are here today with Mackenzie Bradke.
Yay.
So she is the owner of Follow Your Arrow Counseling in St. Paul, Missouri, where her focus is supporting moms in the thick of the mother load. She also has a collective of other mental health professionals focusing on collaboration, not competition. It's very important. Consultation and connection with each other as clinicians and with clients. She is also the owner of Theramama Haven, her networking and coaching business specifically for therapists moms. Yes. Yeah. She is hosting her, do we want to say that?
Yeah, go ahead.
The second annual Theramama Symposium in October of this year, 2025.
Awesome. Yep.
And if you're a therapist and you're a mom, you need to be there. And we know this for a fact because we were there last year in 2024.
It was
a
a lot of fun.
It was good. Yeah.
Thanks. It was fun. It was cool. It really, I had no idea what to expect. And it was like beyond. It was just so cool. There's no words for it. Yeah, it was awesome. So I'm looking forward to this year again.
Yeah, us too. Well, I would say we can even just start with that. Like, what was some of your favorite things about the symposium? And maybe even just give a little background or just a little bit of what is it?
Sure. Yeah. So the symposium was just kind of a wild hair idea. I love being with other therapists who are moms because like we can just kind of jump into a conversation. We don't have to explain a lot. Like I'm a mom and I'm a therapist and this and that. No, we all know. So we can like jump in. Like there's no small talk. Yeah. We just jump into the good stuff. So yes, right? Yes. It's and so I love to travel as well. And obviously I live in St. Louis, so I didn't travel very far, which is fine. But I think that, testy. Sorry. I think one of the most amazing things is to be in a room with people. Like there are all the online summits and those are super cool too. You save a lot of money, you can come and go without anybody really paying attention, whatnot. But there's just something about being in the room with other people that sparks, for me, creativity that I'm like, where did that come from? Like, whoo, that was crazy. Just, I don't know. There's yes. I don't have good words for it. Yes. Yeah. And like knowing this room full of people that you don't know, they're like instantly your BFFs. Like, and there's just this joining of minds and we all love what we do. We're all there for a reason. We mostly love being parents, depending on the day, right? We're happy to be away from them for a little while. But it's just really, really cool. And I adore it. It's my favorite thing ever. So anytime I can go to a conference, I will. Like I'm going to Virginia Beach in April for my friend Lisa Dewey's Clinician Connection Conference. It is literally right on the beach, the hotel, fabulous. I went last year. It was wonderful. It was also her first one, so she's having her second one this year. And Theramama will be there, so we might want to. Can we put that link somewhere?
Of course.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
great.
Show notes.
Yes, yeah. It'll be a good time. So, yeah. So then, I'm hosting again this year in St. Louis again, at Westport, because it was like the perfect venue. Maybe next year I'll branch out. I don't know. We'll see.
It's nice. It's a nice venue.
It was,
I love
yeah.
having that lake in the background,
Yes.
so there's that outside moment.
Yeah,
So,
unfortunately, we don't have the same room,
yeah.
but they assured me the room that we have will still be fine. We can still get down there. Like, we
Sure,
can
of
still
course.
use that space, but like just Westport being Westport, what it is, the places that, you know, we can just walk to,
Yeah.
Starbucks is there. It was perfect.
Yeah,
So
it's a
I'm
good
like, let's
spot.
just do it again.
Yeah.
Feel a little bit more confident in it. So this year's theme, I guess, is connection and growth. Last year it was radiant resilience.
Yeah,
I think.
that's
Okay.
right. Yeah, I remember.
Seems
that.
like
Yeah.
so long ago. Jeez. Yeah. So connection and growth. I think it kind of speaks for itself,
Yeah.
you know, just connecting with people and using that to grow. And kind of tying in that piece where your creativity comes out, your desire for really almost reinvesting in your business,
Okay.
and maybe other relationships. But yeah.
I love it.
Thanks.
Yes. And I love the in-person piece too, because I think since COVID, I mean, yes, we've learned how great online and virtual and all that can be. It can
Absolutely.
be a little easier,
Sure.
but there is, you know,
Yeah.
I think we're all missing that human connection of being in the same room and that flow, that energy that just happens when you're with people. Yeah.
And I still do some telehealth in my personal business, and it's totally fine, and you know it works, and it's good, but just being in the same room, there's just yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to that.
Yeah. I can't wait to see you guys there.
Yeah, awesome. Well, so Thera Sisters, our podcast, we know our podcast is a lot about healing, right? And so we are curious because we know that you focus on working with mothers and women and therapists. And so I guess kind of our first question is, when you think about healing, how you see healing within your clients, and how would you define it? Yeah. No, that was good.
I think for I'm going to talk about the moms that I work with first, and then it applies for Thera too. But I think there's a little bit extra piece there for them. But the moms that I work with, as far as their healing, we have this desire, for lack of a better word, to be the perfect mom, the perfect employee, the perfect everything, and to do it all, do it right, do it better than anybody. And that's not realistic.
No. That was perfect.
Well, fair enough. Right. And yeah, I mean, that's an excellent question. Right. Yes. And I think that we get caught up in that, and then we beat ourselves up. I'm really just
well, you're not alone. You're not alone.
I know.
Really relatable.
Yeah. And so the healing for them is realizing that, well, it's kind of twofold, that I don't have to do everything perfectly. Yeah. And I'm okay and my kids are okay if I don't do everything for them, or I wait till the last minute, or whatever they're dealing with. It is okay. They are okay. Everyone is okay. We're all right. It's fine. We're all okay. Yeah. And really just kind of letting themselves off the hook a little bit, you know, and just chill with the fuck out. Right.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to, and we need a reminder of like, hey, sometimes is everyone fed and have clothes and a safe, warm place to sleep? Then you're doing a great job. Right?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. For Theramama's, I do some coaching a little bit, but because we have that extra layer of our business as well, we put more pressure on ourselves, and we beat ourselves up a little bit more because we have our family that we want to do all the perfect things for, and we have this business that we want to do. Shoot, we want to do all these perfect things for.
Yeah.
There's one of us. There's 24 hours in a day.
Right.
At least I haven't figured out how to get more. If you guys have the secret for that,
Not yet.
Okay,
We're working on it.
Damn it. Okay, let me know.
Yes.
We can't do everything in both places and still have like time for ourselves.
Right.
And,
Yeah, it's a lot.
mhm.
And I think too, we bring with being a therapist, and then also the business side of it, and then also a parent and a partner and all of that. There can be sometimes overlap as far as how we interact or how we want to be, right? And sometimes it's hard for me sometimes to like come home and shed the therapist coat, so to speak, because I don't know, I guess on some level, being able to maintain or manage or control my emotions as a therapist, and then still kind of wanting to have that at home, but yet it's not necessary, if that makes sense. Like it blocks the relationship, of course, too.
Yeah. I think sometimes
that can be a struggle
it's
for me.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Sometimes I think it's we or other people on the outside think that because we're therapists, we have our shit together. I will tell my clients.
On myself.
Oh yeah. And I have to like remind my clients like, oh, I'm sitting in this chair over here. That doesn't mean anything. I just have the degree. I don't have it. I don't have everything together.
It's like I know how to ask the right questions and how to get you to go to these places.
Right.
It doesn't mean I always do that for myself.
Right. Well, and I tell them like, oh, it's so much easier for me to sit over here and like see your view of things.
Yeah.
But when I'm in the thick of my view, like it's like I'm just like right here. Yeah. So
that's why we have our own therapist.
I know, right? Exactly. And they have their therapist and yes. Yes.
So important.
Yeah. So, did that answer your question? I hope.
Well, okay. Well, so in addition to that, if you were to think about something that really feels healing for you, how would you describe that? What has been helpful for you? Yeah, it's a tough one.
It is. I think that's probably something that I'm still working on, actually.
I love that answer.
Yeah. And I don't think that that's, I'm working through in my own head, like how bad that sounds.
Why do you think
And
that?
well, again, I'm a therapist. I should have my shit together. So putting that on ourselves. But I mean, I can sit there and tell people to do your deep breathing, do your EMDR resourcing that I taught you all fucking day long.
Yeah.
Do I do those things when I go home? I don't. No, I don't. And shame on me for that, but that's the honest.
We're not shaming here.
I mean, I know, right? I know, but it's hard. It is very hard.
Yeah.
I think that there are times when I have almost like just this like peaceful, like, okay, like I might have a handle on this. Like I was trying to explain to my daughter the other day why I was not going to soccer practice with her for 1 hour, 5 minutes away from our house. Like, I need to take care of myself right now, and I need 1 hour to not do anything for anyone. I was with her and her dad all day, the day before. When I wasn't with them, I was at home folding laundry, taking care of the dogs, doing things for everyone else. And when I can step back and be like, okay, no, I need to do this for myself, let go of the guilt and whatnot, that can be a time, like that's a small piece. But I think we have to do that on a daily basis and multiple times a day.
That's right. Yeah.
Throughout all those 24 hours.
Yeah, I know. Well, so it sounds like the reminder to take care of myself. the reminder to give myself space and not
Mhm.
feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
That feels really
Yeah.
healing and helpful. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Or
Yeah.
practice getting comfortable with that guilt and going,
Mhm.
okay, this doesn't
Mhm.
mean I'm doing anything wrong.
Right.
It's just that I know that my daughter wants me there and I want to be there for her.
Mhm.
But in order for me to really be there,
Mhm.
this is okay.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
1 hour,
Right.
24.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I like that because you acknowledge the guilt, and
Mhm.
right, like it's acknowledging the guilt, why it's there, or what it's there
Mhm.
for, and that it's okay that it's there.
Right.
At the same time, at this moment, we can let it pass. So we
Mhm.
don't let it
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
Because I think that is a struggle, like this idea that we'll never feel guilt again. No,
I mean,
Or,
that would be
you know,
great,
it
but
would, but
again,
But
if you
it's
figure that
possible.
out, let me know. But yeah,
Yeah.
not happening.
Yes, I know. So yeah, so then, with healing, how do you like? I did not have this question prepared.
That's okay. That's good.
So, like, how do you see your clients start to heal, or what are some kind of wins that you see? So you had that win
Uh-huh.
of that hour,
Uh-huh.
but what about, I don't know, wins with your clients?
My favorite is when they send me a TikTok outside of session.
Oh yeah,
They will send me a TikTok and they're like, we need to talk about this next session. Or somebody texted me yesterday. She did something that she didn't really want to do. And she said, but I know I needed to do it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was like, yes.
Yeah,
It's hard and it sucks and it's awful. And you still did it. And I was like, yeah, I'm so proud of you. And when they come in and they're like, I couldn't wait to tell you. I've been so excited to see you. And they are excited about whatever it was that they, did, and acknowledged that it was for themselves instead of for everyone else. Like when you can see the gears turning and they start to like mesh together and you're like, okay, they're getting it.
So healing is kind of this connection that they have within themselves of this is okay, or look at what I did, and starting to incorporate that into life more often.
And see the benefit of it. Like, yes, part of it is actually doing it, but recognizing the difference in how they feel after they've done said thing. I feel more peaceful. I was more patient because I was well rested, or, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, being able to have the benefit of the consequence after feeling that discomfort of this is new, different, I'm uncomfortable.
Yes.
And then the consequence of, I did it. Yeah. Pride or whatever
and
that could be.
Survived.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Yeah. She made it to soccer and did really well.
Right. And got over it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I think that's great. I'm also curious. We talked a little bit about this of like, if there's something that resonates for you or comes up for you to think about, kind of a myth around mental health, or that you kind of want to debunk, or mental health and moms and women and therapists. Well, it's kind of broad.
Let me narrow that down a little bit.
Right.
And now the one that I thought about earlier is. That's okay. It'll come back to me, hopefully. But the one that actually just popped into my head when you started saying that was, I was just having this conversation the other day, that people think that if you're going to a therapist, something must be wrong. And I mean, not to go down the rabbit hole that we were going down earlier, but we do have to create a diagnosis for people who are using insurance. That's why I don't like insurance, because not everybody has a diagnosis.
Right.
Like, you just want to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
That's
and
okay.
It's so important.
It is.
You don't have a diagnosis.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And like being okay with, oh yeah, I'm just going to go see a therapist, and everyone, what's wrong?
Right.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Are you and so okay? Are you guys, are you two fighting? Are you guys okay? Yeah.
Or even worse, like,
right.
Bad?
There has to be something wrong.
Right.
No, I want if it were my choice, everyone would be in therapy.
Oh my gosh, think how much
Oh my gosh.
healthier the world would be, right?
It
If
would be amazing.
people knew their own shit, could like
responsibility,
recognize it,
control.
accountability.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're able, we can't do it all the time, but to
No.
be like, oh, this is my shit.
Right.
Let me pause for a minute.
Right.
And let you be you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so more really just no, you're good. You're good. Really just making it okay to be in therapy when nothing's wrong. That therapy's just a thing. Like, I feel like a couple of the generations, I always forget what generation. 1978, I don't know.
Oh, X. You're an
X?
X.
Okay, I'm an X. Okay, great.
You're kind of.
What are you?
I'm a cusper.
You're
I'm
a
an 81.
cusper.
So
Okay.
I'm technically a millennial, but I call myself a cusper.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she has such a cool older sister who's an Xer.
Absolutely.
Two of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so as we get back into we digress.
Right. Yeah. No. But as the generations are coming up, I love when they're like, we just sat around and talked about what our therapist said that week. Like, it was just like, it's almost like, you don't have a therapist? What's wrong with you?
Right.
Like, it's kind of flipping, but you can see like the older generations, like my parents, their parents, like, we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. No. We keep this in the family and we still don't talk about it.
Right,
like,
exactly.
yeah, I'm like, As far as moms specifically go, I'm going to go right back to what I said earlier. We cannot do it all, and we can't do it perfectly.
Right.
Yeah.
So can we do it all, just not perfectly?
No. No. Nope. Not at all. Good question.
Checking. Well, that just makes me think, the expectation to do it all, right? And where that comes from. And it's like, those are things to talk about. And I think that's a big thing to talk about. A lot of, it's a common thing that a lot of people are talking about right now, just when you think about mental load. And
Yes,
the mental load. Yeah. Can you go more into that, the mental, emotional load?
How much time do we have? Yeah, no, I can. And I'm really excited because I have someone coming to the symposium to kind of talk about that topic. So I'm really excited to hear her speak. The mental load is, it makes me think of, there's a meme that is like the floor plan of like a store, like Target or whatever. And like, it has like the guy's path, which is like they go in, they go straight to what they need, and they go to the checkout, and then they leave. Women's is, and then maybe they go to their car, and then they go back in and they do it again. The mental load is just this forever going, like, things like you can't, and I don't know, I need to get this redone, but that's what this is right here, is the mental load.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry. My shirt.
It's like a thought bubble.
Yes, it's a thought bubble. And when it blows up and you can actually really see it, there are like laundry, groceries, like all of these things that nobody sees. Nobody sees these things like ticking off in your mind.
Dentist appointments.
Right.
Appointments. Yeah.
But it's all of the things that are going through our head, even when we should be like paying attention to something else, that pops in. And it's like, like, why do I have to carry all of this? But if I don't, who's going to?
Yeah.
And that is a lot. And that is, it's just a lot. Yeah. And it's just this invisible monkey on your back. Like, it just, I don't.
That's a good explanation.
Yeah.
There's weight to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this comes up so much for me in my work as a couples therapist. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Where, they'll come in and, of course, and I think there's so many theories and stuff, I'm sure, and we could dive into this.
Sure.
But, when you think about society and you think about just the roles that we are put into. And if you just, think about in general, like a heterosexual relationship, the woman initially, she took care of the home and she didn't go to work, right? And the man went to work and came home, right? And when you change that, where we're both going to work, we're both and so then now we're also both needing to take care of the house. But that also hasn't necessarily changed on the other side. And
right.
I mean, in some places it has, right?
Yeah.
My relationship, I'm really lucky that, my husband does show up in those ways and tries to remember those things, and we still get in our spaces where it's like, hold on.
Yeah.
But it's like, we are needing our partners to show up in a way where it's like, okay. But it's also not make me a list, right? So
Thank you.
Know, right? Because that's one more thing on the mental load, right? Because and I think that's where that gets hard, because it's like, okay, well, what can I take off your plate? Give me a list. It's like, well, right. When I ask
that's still,
it's still the mental load of I have to think of all of it. Yeah.
And then figure out what you can do that you'll be able to finish, so I don't have to come back and finish.
Because then it changes the dynamic of the relationship too, versus partnership to
I'm not your mother.
Yes, that too.
Yes. My poor husband.
All of our poor husbands.
He and I have gone. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, my husband has made great progress, but there are still times, and I'm like, I don't tell you what I want you to do, because he has ADHD or something that prevents him from completing things. Love you, honey. And I'm like, I still have to come back and check again. I may as well just do it.
Yeah, it's just easier to do.
And
then that becomes its own cycle.
Absolutely.
Right?
And now we're doing all of it.
Right.
And yes, we're in couples counseling and whatnot. And and now my daughter does the same thing. She's like, I'll do it later, Mom. No, you won't, because you're going to forget. And she's like, Mom, why can't you give me a chance?
Oh, God.
Okay, fair. And I just know. I know you're only 8, but your pattern is, Mom, give me a chance. I'm like, oh. Yes. Calling my therapist. I need to know. Yes. Session. Yes.
And that mental load, it does get heavy, and it is this unseen thing that happens, and they're more tired and they're a little more cranky, and people don't necessarily understand or they don't know why. Because it's sitting there.
Yeah. I like to, I don't know if this is really a good technique or not, but I like to encourage my moms to go home and make a list of all the things that pops into their head throughout the day, all the things that they take care of, and then have their husbands right there. Let's be honest, really short fucking list.
Right.
Right. And I had one do it. She got, have you guys seen the skylight frames that people can send, and it's just they have a calendar. Yeah, they have a calendar now. And so she got one, and her husband said, "Why is your list so long?"
Interesting. Yeah. The question is, why is yours so short?
Right. And she said it was a good eye opener for him.
Yeah.
And it didn't,
even for us, to on some level, for us to look at our shit.
Right.
Why are we taking on so much?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What is it about us, and where can we release? Because it can fall into that. So here's the couples therapy, right? It falls into this lack of trust that I can't depend on you, so I need to control everything. So
absolutely,
there is definitely a component of both people.
Absolutely. And if the woman, like myself, is a perfectionist, I want it done this week. And I want it done now.
So much in common.
I know, right? I know. And so I'm just going to do it myself. And I have to step back and say, done is done.
Yeah.
Done is enough.
Yes.
So I will have my daughter. She actually really likes to clean toilets. have at it, sister.
Right.
Please.
Go
All she does is take the little wand
Yeah,
on
my
the
son used to
inside.
like to do
She
it.
doesn't lift the lid. I don't care. She's like, okay, Mom, I'm done. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Yes. Yes. I'm like, just shove your clothes in your drawer. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Just,
I
yeah.
had to get to that place too,
Uh-huh.
where it's like, okay, the laundry needs to go away, and it's ripped out now, and it's like we can't close any of the doors.
No.
But that's okay.
No.
Because they're away.
Mhm.
It's better
Yeah.
than it was.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And exactly. Yeah.
Well, and I
Yeah.
do, as a couples therapist, I do like to jump in on the other side a little bit.
Yes,
right?
please do.
Oh.
Yes. Because I love that perspective. So
Yeah.
if I'm like
No,
saying something wrong to a couple,
well, and so like just to throw in the other side, because I know that it is frustrating when like you see the couples and both sides are there, right? And because there are things too that we don't also think about, right? Like
Sure.
I've never thought about the gutters. I've never thought about turning the water off when it gets freezing cold and to make sure the basement doesn't flood, right? There's things like that too that it's like that's not on my mental load, but it's on his, and he takes care of it. You know, so there are like I think that's what's great about the partnership,
Yeah.
right? Is there are places where we can show up for each other, and then sometimes it helps to remember that, and so that's why it's also good to see their list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like, oh,
Yeah.
but then it's also that like I didn't even realize you were doing this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that does feel good.
Yeah.
Because then it's also that reminder.
Yeah.
I'm not doing everything.
Yeah.
But I am doing a lot.
Yeah.
With that.
And when my husband and I go to couples counseling, it's good for me to hear from him how helpless and frustrated he gets with me, because I'm like, I got it. Again, I'm in therapy. I'm working through it. But I get very independent. Like, I don't need you. I don't need anybody. I got it.
Yeah.
And like, I dig in. Oh, it's so toxic. I'm working through it.
But you're aware.
So hard.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And like, so I now know that when I'm feeling like digging in and being super duper independent, I also know that he's like, she won't let me help her at all. Like it's
like, how do I show up for my partner?
Yeah.
If they don't
let me. Yeah.
And,
I don't need you.
Right. And that empathy, right, that you just maybe had right there. Like, oh, he wants to help.
He's feeling away when I'm feeling away. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think just naming the mental load is healing in itself. Because I think that's a newer. I can't hear you when you turn on. Sorry. I think that's a newer kind of phrase, or
yes, and
or at least talked about more. Maybe that's the thing.
Yeah, and
identify social media. Like,
yes, I think. Yeah, and I think that's a problem. Like, there are words that I refuse to use because they've been overused and deadened.
Yeah.
Like self-care.
Yeah.
I do use it because we all know what it means.
Yeah.
But self-care itself is a fucking joke. I think I have a blog post with that exact title. But it is like,
well, when people are saying self-care is get a Starbucks and go walk around Target, go shopping.
No,
it's not.
That's not what I mean when I talk about self-care.
But that's what you'll see.
But that's what
Instagram.
people go to. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Stacy McCann, I think is her last name. She's a therapist here in town. She had the best. I will send it to you guys. She had the best like little newsletter email that came out this week. It was amazing. And she has a new group coming out on Circle for moms, and it's I can't remember what it is, but she wrote a blog post for me as well about like, stop using the fucking word self-care. Like, just stop. Like, it doesn't mean anything. I'm like, oh my God, it's so great.
It has lost
it has. Yes.
Yeah.
And we know what it means. And I'm afraid that mental load is going to become one of those words where everybody's like, whatever. So pop culture is okay. It's fine. But I think it does.
It takes things
It
out of
does,
context.
yeah.
And then
It depletes the real meaning of it.
diminishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diminishes. That's a much better word. Yeah.
Or deplete.
That's good. Yeah.
But it is good that it's being, I mean, on some level, it's good
Yeah.
that it's being talked about, and
Yeah.
people who might not necessarily be in the mental health world.
Mhm.
Is
Yes.
Like, oh, this is a thing.
That's what this is. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think when I heard it the first time, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what this is.
That's what I'm feeling.
That-
Yeah.
That's what all of this is.
Right.
Okay,
Same, that
great.
validation.
Yeah, it's an actual thing,
Uh-huh.
and other people are feeling it too.
And
we can talk.
there's nothing wrong with me. Well, not nothing.
Debatable, but-
yeah, totally debatable. Yeah. Oh, shoot, as I tear the computer down.
You're back.
Sorry.
And then that's like the whole thing with Thera-mamas, right?
Mhm.
There's so much validation
Yeah.
of mom and therapist
Yep.
and that connection of like,
Yeah.
oh, we do have these,
Mm-hmm.
same and unique
Mhm.
struggles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just kind of going back to that too, being in the same room, like we don't go up to each other and like, oh, I validate you. And like, I get where you're at. No, it's just like by virtue of being in the room, it's just
It's
understood.
known. It's
Yeah.
known.
It's understood. And the energy is just so, I wish more people would and could understand that.
Mhm.
So I'm really hoping that a lot more St. Louis therapists will come
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
invest in that and invest in themselves. It's a great experience to be there, and they get CEUs, but
Right, yeah.
whatever. So yeah,
It's good to have an extra incentive.
absolutely.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, it's good connection.
Yeah. I know. I'm trying to think if we had some other questions. So here's like the more silly fun.
Okay.
Silly fun.
Well, so it could be within work or outside of work, but something that made you laugh out loud recently. Something that,
Giggles.
yeah. Let's bring in some-
Giggles and glimmers.
Glimmers.
Oh,
That's what we used to do.
yeah.
Well, this could be that moment.
been a while.
maybe.
Yeah, tell us some giggles and some glimmers in your life, Mackenzie.
We're back.
Oh, you too. You guys are so funny. Huh.
Yeah, put you on the spot.
I know, right? Giggles and glimmers.
Well, because we even use. I mean, do we want to do this? This moment of like,
Sure.
we all
let's do it.
share a giggle. And
Yeah.
glimmer?
Let's
Yeah,
do
go for it.
I
You
could
guys
say.
stop. I can't think of
Well,
anything
I have
right now.
one. It's
Go
so
for
easy.
it. Go for it.
Last night, this is so mean. So we come home, and so my daughter had her last dance performance, and she was like, and this wasn't great for her because it's not her favorite thing. But anyway, I digress over there. We were like, what should we do? And we were all sitting on the couch, and we're like, what? I don't know. Turn on the TV, and AFB comes up, America's Funniest
Uh-huh.
Videos.
Yes.
And I am a sucker for America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yes.
And so we turn it on, and so like our mom is there, and she loves it too. And so like mom and I are like giggling, like we're laughing at everything that's coming up. We're crying, and my doors are over here now. I had a great giggle.
Good. And that's all that matters.
Yes. Yeah.
I do love AFB, but I think it heightens my anxiety of people getting hurt.
I know.
Because I'm like,
Some of them, I'm like, that's not funny. That isn't funny.
Some of them aren't because you can tell they really got hurt.
Uh-huh.
But
I
a
think
lot
they
of
should
them-
take
There
those
are
off.
some other ones.
Yes. But a lot of them, they get hurt, but they're fine.
As long as we know they're
Yeah, and I love them. They're
Yeah.
fun because they wouldn't put it on the show if
They
something
die.
really devastating
That's
happened.
I hope
okay.
not.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
that's
maybe
my,
that could lessen your anxiety.
It's true.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that always works. It's fine.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's fine.
So was that a giggle?
That was a
glimmer.
The glimmer could be me and mom laughing together.
Yeah,
Like
that's a good glimmer.
to the point. The one we really laughed at was they put like a snow blower or a leaf blower on this little boy. It was like 4.
Oh.
It was so powerful.
Oh,
And he was like,
They put it on him like a backpack.
yeah, like a backpack, and he's holding it. And he like is getting pushed
he's
by
like
it.
levitating.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So we were cracking.
Are we going to do that to Dolores?
I don't think she's big enough now that it
Oh.
wouldn't have the same effect.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
We have to find something small.
Oh,
So yeah, those are mine.
Kind of along the same lines, I enjoy the reels on Facebook or
Yeah.
Instagram, whatever. And my favorite ones are like the mashup of when people scare other people.
I love those.
Oh my God, I nearly pee my pants. I am laughing so freaking hard.
I'm with you.
They make me so happy.
Some of these people are like, what? They make the fun.
Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Oh, it's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
And then I send them all to my girlfriend
course, you
and
Yeah.
absolutely.
I can
Yeah.
start sending.
Okay, great. I will. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Yeah. That's great.
So, I guess a glimmer. So my son turned 12 yesterday.
Oh, happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah. And so, yeah, the glimmer is just, having that moment. So last night it was terrible rain.
Mhm.
He's got a really bad cold, and my husband has a really bad cold, and they just weren't feeling it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, was able to have one-on-one time with my son, which I don't get much
I
anymore.
bet.
And so that just to, even just to look at him,
I love it.
right, and see him, and those are some good
This little
seeing how he's
human.
grown.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is nice to kind of see where our kids are
Mm-hmm.
in the mess of everything else and just kind of their innocence and yeah.
Because there's those moments that, last night I'm like, okay, so I'm going to let you be responsible and you go to bed and all these things. And he's like, okay, Mom. And then he like did it. And it was just like,
Sweet.
oh, it's like,
Nice.
you have,
Nice.
because you're a kid, of course you're still
Yeah.
going to have these
Yeah.
moments for a parent. But then there's those moments that just remind you of like, it's pretty cool.
I love that. I love that. That's awesome.
Yay. Giggles. I know I got some.
I know. Katheryn puts us on the spot.
I know. I didn't even know this spot.
Well, we can move on to the next thing too, which is the random
Sure.
question.
Oh,
the
God.
It's
random.
another on the spot.
Yes, that's true.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
But I don't know if they're very personal. They might just be dumb.
Okay.
In case you don't know, we have a small bowl of questions,
Very small.
and we just
That was chewed on by my dog.
yeah, that's funny.
I know.
And I just put into ChatGPT, give us a list of 20 questions for our podcast that are lighthearted.
Well, you can
And make
each
them
give
random.
one question. You don't need to come up with 20 total. Are you asking? Oh, chat GPT. I'm sorry. I thought you were
I wanted
posting
you to
it
give
to other people out in the world.
Oh,
No.
Anyway.
Sorry. Confusing.
were you
But yeah, any listeners, please send us questions.
Oh, that is something. Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your brain went that way.
Right. She was
That's okay.
ahead.
Yeah,
I
you were
was.
ahead. You're at the next step.
Yes.
You want to finish the next step? What were you doing? Did I say that?
Oh, just if you have ideas for silly questions that you want us to answer, send them.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay. What do we got?
All right. If you could only eat one type of cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Are there any? So, if anything, there's no repercussions or anything. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I know.
me too.
No.
Mine would be Italian, but in Italy. Like I don't
cuisine.
So you get to move.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Did you all see that there's a thing that I had posted on Facebook today that it was 10 countries in Europe that will pay you to move there.
Italy's one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm going.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to put this back in? Or? No.
We don't like
Okay.
to repeat
Oh,
questions.
okay. No repeats. Okay.
Yes.
Great. Okay. What's yours?
Mine was Thai. I love Thai.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
it.
And I wouldn't mind going to Thai.
Okay.
So nice.
I like it. Fabulous. Love it.
I'm gonna have all three. I just can't help myself. But since you said we could like go live there, I love that Stanley Tucci in Italy. Have you seen that series? It was
I don't
on
think
CNN.
so. Oh.
And this is good. It is Stanley. Yeah, that's his name. And then he goes to all these little places in Italy and like the fresh Parmesan cheese and like the wine and the fresh. Oh yeah, I think I'm with you. Yeah.
Think about the
Yeah.
Do
We
they have
were.
good wine in Thailand?
Maybe then import it from Italy.
They might.
Yeah.
We were in Italy for 2 weeks last summer. It was. My God, you guys.
So a woman that we had on here, and we're friends with, Jay. She owns Bellissimo Photo Studio,
Okay.
and she puts on a trip to like Italy.
Yes.
And when you're there, you get like all these beautiful professional photos, and she plans it all out. And so, just another plug. But
To go.
You have
out.
to check it out.
It's amazing.
I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
She makes it as like a girls' trip,
Yeah.
and it's definitely on our bucket
It
list.
is
We
on our
just
bucket
haven't
list.
been able to.
It was amazing. And like I have some food intolerances. I did not have like I don't
yeah,
eat a
because
lot of
it's all-
cheese and like wheat sometimes.
Mhm.
I had no issues over there. Yeah.
Well,
it was
it's not
crazy.
processed.
It's all natural.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and those lemons. Are they the Meyer lemon? What are they called?
No, they're
No,
not.
not Meyer.
They're not Meyer lemons are the teeny tiny
okay.
ones. Yeah. No, they're just
But there's a place
yeah,
in Italy
in Sorrento.
that makes these lemons.
And these
Or
lemons,
they grow them.
they grow them. They're lemons. They're all like naughty and gross looking,
Mhm.
and they said the uglier the better.
Nice.
And because the pulp is thicker or something like that they use for their limoncello. So, and yes, I mean, we had limoncello outside of Sorrento. It was fine, but in Sorrento, like holy shit balls, it was
Put it on the list.
amazing. I have a bottle at home. Yeah, it was fabulous. Yeah. The gelato. Oh God. Oh, I know, right? Yes. Olive Garden, here we come. No.
Close to the hill.
Oh, great.
We'll
Okay.
go there for lunch.
Yes. Sounds great. Yes.
Anthoninos or
Yeah.
plugs. Do you hear us?
I know, right? Right. Send us some coupons.
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
I know, right?
Cool. Isn't that a skit too from Saturday Night Live?
Oh, I don't know. Anything is a skit from Saturday Night
If it's
Live.
not, it should be.
Are
you
right?
listening?
SNL. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so this is silly random, but there is a movie with Kristen Bell, and it's about this woman, and it's based on the true story.
I think I've heard
Have you
of
watched
that.
it?
No.
It's actually a great little movie. It's
True story of what?
true story about
Coupon.
couponing.
Coupon.
It's either way. I looked up. You can say coupon or coupon. Both are acceptable. But it's it's a
Random
cute movie.
information.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
Great,
it. I like it. Did you guys hear Tina Fey and Amy Poehler
Yes.
are coming to, I think, the Fox?
Are they coming here?
I saw it the other
looked.
day. Yeah.
We do.
I know. That would be so great.
What a great Theramama
Event.
field trip.
Yeah. Okay.
Or Thera. Or both. All of the
Oh, we
Thera
could have a
people.
connect.
All the Thera ladies.
All the Thera ladies. I love it. We
just
could.
made a new business.
Yes. Thera ladies. Woo, woo. Yeah.
Awesome. And I mean, what's our
So
I think we can wrap it up.
Cool.
Final thoughts, final plugs, I mean, we already talked about the
Promotions.
symposium, but what else do you want people to know and where can they find
What do I want you all to know?
Well, if someone
pretty
wanted
cool.
to book an appointment with you,
If someone wanted to book an appointment, they can go to followyourarrow.info.
Okay.
Could not get the .com for that. And Theramamas can join my Theramama Haven Collective Facebook group. I changed the name to it because I'm trademarking Theramama. I'm so excited. Hopefully. So yeah, you can join that. Please answer the fucking membership questions, though. You're gonna get booted if you don't answer the membership questions.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. And my collective, I have office space available. So if you're a therapist and you want to rent some space, please do. We're pretty cool. We have some fun out there in St. Charles. So yeah. What else? Anything else? My website, theramamahaven.com, has all of like the events and stuff. And get your ticket for the symposium. They're on sale right now. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay, nice. Thank you. What do we have? We have an event coming up, but we're not doing it later.
Yes.
We are. So we'll
What's your event?
just talk about it.
Okay, yeah. What's your event?
We have a wig party for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. So you'll get a wig.
It's lunch.
And you bring your lunch. It's
I
at Bowwood Farms. And
that place is super popular.
Yeah,
right now.
and we're going to do crafts and like Valentine's for ourselves. Self-care.
Oh,
Yeah. But real self-care.
love that.
Write yourself a love letter.
Oh my gosh, when is this? Why haven't I
Next
seen it?
Wednesday.
Some of us work.
I know. We're
We're work.
I know.
How to
Sorry,
schedule it. I know.
Yeah, no, it's hard to capture all the people.
But there will be more. We have more coming, more events throughout the year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Share those on the Theramama page, please.
Oh, okay.
Please, always.
I'll do that
Always.
today. Okay.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then
So yeah, like and follow. And
sign up for our newsletter because there's like 2 subscribers. I hate
no, there's 3.
and us. Oh, there's 3. There's 2 of us and 1 other person. So sign up.
I will sign up today.
We are putting our we do put our effort and energy into it. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not on our website, but our website, which is
TheraSistersSTL.com. All right.
That's
Thank you so much.
Thanks, ladies.
Mackenzie. So fun.
This was
Awesome.
so great. So great. Yes. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. Giggles and glimmers.
Thanks for hanging out with us on the Thera Sisters podcast. We're so glad you tuned in. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for more healing goodness, events, laughs, and all the good stuff we don't want you to miss out on. Until next time, wishing you giggles and glimmers.
Okay.
Out.